Hello and welcome. Hello, hello. My name is Dr. Karen Demery, and I'm so incredibly grateful and thankful that you are here. I want to have a little bit of a conversation with you about things which I think will help you to be able to navigate where you are right now and where you want to be in the world. I'm a big believer in us being able to have a look at where we are right now so that we can figure out where we are in this moment to then be able to move us forward. For some reason, we seem to think that we have to have everything figured out, that we have to have this massive plan. And plans are great. Don't get me wrong, plans are great. The problem that we have with a lot of plans is that we plan these things out, thinking that we are further down the track and that the plan is going to make a whole lot of sense when we get to that place where it does make sense and we can utilize it. What I have found with the clients that I have worked with and also with myself, needing to do that very deep understanding about where I am in this moment and with my clients where they were so that we could figure out what scaffolding needed to happen to be able to get to that next place. For what happens for so many of us is we have this idea, this goal. We work with somebody, they help us to figure out all of these things. We get this plan and we go, what do I do with it now? Because it's a little bit further along than we are, and we are not sure about what we need to do to be able to implement it. So we have a look at it, we go, oh, gosh, this is really hard. I don't know how to show up and do this. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. And so the scaffolding that needs to happen a lot of times doesn't. And then we go, this is just way too hard and I'm not going to do it. As opposed to having a look at where am I right now? What are the things that I need to be able to help me to get from this place where I am to the place that I want to be? What is the steps that are involved in that? Because when I have the understanding of where I am right here, right now, in this minute, then I can move to that next place and that next place and that next place. But until then, I am stuck in this spot of going, I want to move forward, but I don't quite know how to do that. And so what we need to be really mindful is that with the best of intentions of wanting us to move forward, we can get stuck because we're not able to figure out how to move forward with that. And so if that's you, I want to give you some encouragement to keep going. But before you start to try to implement anything else, I want you to come back to now, to here, and ask yourself some simple questions about what's really going on in the world for me right now. What's alive for me in my world right now? What is the thing that I need to be focusing on right now that is going to help me to figure out what's going on in my world? What are the things that are right in front of me? What are the things that I do really, really well? What are the things that I'm so passionate about and it lights me up and I can do it all day long and it's just the easiest thing in the whole entire world? Or it's the thing that I love to do, even if it's not easy. What are the things that are a little bit challenging for me and the things that I don't do really well? What are the things that I would like to be able to get somebody else to do, to be able to get some help with? What are the things that don't light my soul up right now? Then start to think about, so where would I like to be? What's the place that I'd like to be in 12 months' time? A lot of times we say, oh, people will say, think about, 5 years down the track and 10 years down the track. Most people can't think that far ahead, particularly if you have been through some sort of trauma, some sort of issue in your world. Planning out that far ahead can be really, really challenging. So I want you to bring it back to now. Bring it back to where am I right now and where would I like to be in 12 months' time? Keep it very simple. It doesn't need to be that far ahead. It doesn't need to be too far that you can't see that far ahead. Think about 12 months from now, because that way we can break that down into quarters. We can be looking at new quarters each as we go forward. But for right now, I don't want you to be thinking about too far ahead because it does become really challenging. Where am I right now? What are the things that I love to do and can do really well? What are the things that I need some support and some help with? Where would I like to be in 12 months' time? What is the thing that I can do each day that will help me to be able to shift the needle ever so slightly, that's different from what I'm doing right now? Because if you're doing things right now and it's working, then keep doing it. If you're doing things which are moving the needle and your business is successful and you're able to move forward with that, well, then that's fantastic. Keep doing that. Most of us, however, are not at that place that we want to be. And so we're looking to figure out how we can go from where we are to where we want to be. And there are some things in there that aren't quite working for us and that we don't feel completely alive doing. And so that's what I want you to focus on. What's the thing that I just love and am so good at? And the reason I started my business, the reason that I wanted to share what it is that I know. What is that thing that I'm so great at? What is the thing that I'm not so great at? What is the thing that I just want to claw my face off when I think about having to do that thing? What is the thing that I don't know how to do? I'm not good at doing it. I can do it if I had to, but I'm not good at it. It takes way longer than somebody who knows what they're doing, and I'm just really not good at it. Figuring out where you are and what you're good at and what you're not is a vital part of being able to move forward, because until we have that understanding, we can't do anything with it. We can't move forward until we know where we are. We can't move forward until we have that understanding of what is the thing that I'm absolutely amazing at, the thing that I'm not so great at, and the thing that I need some help with. We have people out there offering, strategies and marketing and sales and all of those things, which are incredibly important. But if you don't have the understanding of what you need in your business right here, right now, and why you're doing what you're doing, and what is it that you do really well and what is it that you're not so great at, until you get to that place, having all of those other things is not going to be helpful, because you're going to spend money on things that aren't going to help you because you're not aware of where you are right now and what you need to be able to move forward. And so the where am I right now activity is so incredibly important, because you need to figure out where you are. You need to figure out where you are in this moment so that you can then move forward. And it can be tiresome and you're like, no, I don't really want to. You need to do it. Out of the gate, you just need to do it. I know it's not overly exciting or sexy. That's still the thing that needs to happen. So give yourself some time and space to think about, what is it that I just love? Why did I start my business in the first place? Was it to be chained to a desk? Was it to be doing the things that I absolutely don't love? No, you would have started your business because you wanted to do the thing that you are so incredibly good at, doing the thing that keeps you alive and helps you to share your passion and your purpose. Somehow or other, we moved away from that, getting into the grind of things, and it's just not overly exciting anymore, and you're not making enough money, and you're not lit up when you get into work every day, and it's just this is the thing that I have to do. We don't want that for you. So your activity that you need to do is to have a look at where you would like to be in 12 months' time. Where are you right now? So what are the things that you were doing in your business that you absolutely love and that are lighting up your soul? What are the things that are not so lighting up the soul, not so good at? What is the thing that you think that you need the most help with? What is the action that you can take each day that's going to help you? What is the thing that you could be doing each day? What do your customers love about what you do? A lot of times we don't even give ourselves the grace and the space to be able to ask these questions, which are so incredibly important for us to be asking. We need to be asking these questions. We need to ask the questions all the time, because unless we're asking the question, the answers don't come, and then we are fluffing around trying to figure out why things aren't working, rather than giving ourselves the grace and the space to be able to sit and stop and figure these things out ourselves. And again, it's not overly sexy, but you have to get up and have a cup of coffee every morning. If you don't have coffee every morning, I don't know how we're friends. Can I just say that right out of the gate? I need to have coffee every morning. So you have a coffee, spend 5 minutes while you're sitting down with your coffee. Spend 5 minutes thinking about the answers to these questions. Give yourself that time to say, why did I start my business? What do I love about it? And even if you don't have a business, even if you're thinking about having a business, you can utilize these questions as well in terms of your relationships or your career or your health. You can utilize these questions to be able to, and they're simple questions. It's not rocket science. Where am I right now? Where do I want to be? And what's the thing that I'm not good at and the thing that's stopping me? Like it's simple. and basic, but we don't do it because it is so simple and so basic. Bringing that back to what is it that I need to do every single day? What is the thing that you know that you need to do every single day that you don't do? Because there is a thing that you are meant to do each day that you're not doing as well. And so you get to go, oh, I realized that I was not doing this thing that I need to do every day. And again, there's a reasoning underneath that. But for right now, we want to just get to that point where we're trying to figure out why we're not doing those things. What is it that we love to do? Where are we right now? Where is it that we want to be? What aren't we really good at? What is the thing that just sucks the life out of our soul? What is the thing that is blocking us? And a lot of people say, well, I have fear. But what does that mean? What does that look like? What's underneath that? So I have fear of what? What exactly? Fear of being successful. What does that look like? You've never been successful, so how do you know you're scared of it? If you have never had success, and the chances are that you haven't because you're trying to get to somewhere you haven't been before, why do you have a fear about something that you haven't had before? That makes no sense. I have a fear of success, but if I've never been successful, why would I have the fear of that? Or how could I have that fear if that's something that I have not achieved? Most of us have fear based on something that has happened to us. And if we have fear based on something that hasn't happened, that's a story that we're telling ourselves. What is the purpose of telling ourselves that story? Because there's a reason why we're doing it, which is keeping us stuck. And so we get to then explore a whole different range of questions, but thinking about the answers that come up, because a lot of times we just throw out an answer without even thinking about it because it sounds really great. Oh, I had this fear of success. Okay, so you've been successful. You've had lots of success. No. Okay, then why are you scared of it? I don't. It doesn't make sense. You're not scared of success. There's a whole lot of other fears that are likely underneath that, but the fear of success is likely not one of them. Because if you haven't had it before, how can you be scared of it? Because most of us are not, if you think about fear, most of us are scared of something that we have told ourselves a story about in our head. But once we have actually achieved that, and once we have faced that fear, it's no longer a fear. People have fear of jumping out of a plane. They have fear of heights. And as soon as they have jumped out of a plane, they're like, they don't have that fear anymore because they've done it. And so that fear is no longer a thing. People are scared of the dark, but then once they heal that, they're no longer scared of the dark. They walk into the dark. The dark is not a thing for them because they have confronted that fear. Have you been successful before? Do you have something to be afraid of in that? If you haven't, then underneath there is that real fear. Is it the fear of rejection? Is it the fear of shame? Is it the fear of looking silly? Is it the fear of not knowing what you're doing? There's a whole range of things that are underneath that. But if you are simply throwing out an answer, my invitation to you is to go deeper underneath that. Whatever it is that is your first answer, my invitation is to go underneath that, to have a look at, and what does that mean? And that's generally why you work with somebody, because they can ask you those questions. So what does that mean? What are you talking about? Why do you have that fear? Where does that fear come from? Where have you been successful in your life elsewhere? And now this shows up here as something that hasn't. If you've had success in other areas of your life, you will generally be able to bring that into this endeavor. But if you haven't had success anywhere, then why would that be something that you are afraid of? And so it's likely that there are things underneath that you are afraid of, which is fine. I mean, we're okay to look at that, but we need to be truth-telling about that. We need to be truth-telling about what's actually underneath that. What is that thing? Because I'm telling you that it's very highly likely that the thing that you think is the thing that you're afraid of is not the thing. It's just the thing that comes out because we don't want to go too deep and bring that up to the surface. So we come out with this answer that seems really legitimate, and we go, okay, yep, right, that's fine. Let's work with that. That's the surface up here. We want to get to what's down underneath here. We want to get to that thing that's what's the real fear, the core wound that's still there. Once we get and heal that core wound, then all of these other things that are up on the surface, they just fall away. And so that's what we're looking at doing. We're looking to get to that place where we're not just interested in the surface, we're interested in coming down to that core wound and healing that so that that's healed and gone. And then all of these things that show up from that, is no longer a thing anymore. And so that's what that invitation is for you to have a look at when you're saying those things, hearing yourself with the answers that come up, sitting with those feelings that you have in your body when you say those answers. Are they true for you? Is that what's really alive for you? Is that what's really going on? And so you have that opportunity to go a little bit deeper. And if you journal, great. If not, that's great too. Just start to get curious about it. Is that the thing that's really there? What could be underneath that, and what could be underneath that? And so you get to be curious about these things again, which is so incredibly amazing because you get to be your own best coach. You get to be the person who says, this is the thing, but I know that there's things underneath it. And I'm walking this path myself to be able to figure these out. And again, that's amazing because you know the answers to these. None of this is rocket science. A lot of times we think that it needs to be more complicated. And if it's too simple, it's too simple. And so therefore it can't be impactful. It can't be the thing that we need to focus on because it's so simple. But yet, how many times do we do the things which are really simple? How many times do we do the things that we're meant to do to be able to move things forward? We don't do them because it's so simple. Why would I do that? Why would I eat a salad every day? Why would I do that? That's so simple. I can eat whatever. Having a glass of water. Why would I need to have a glass of water? Like, it's just so simple. But we know that those simple things are the things that help us to have good health. We know that spending time out in nature and out in the sun, those are good for us, but that's too simple. And so we don't do the simple things, and then we compound those non-doing the simple things until we get to a place where everything seems really hard. Whereas if we bring it back to the simple things that we need to do each day, we can start to move that needle. We can start to move those cogs a little bit. We can start to go down that path one step at a time to be able to get us from that place that we were to that place that we want to be. And so I'm wanting that for you. I want to walk that journey with you to be able to help you get from this place to that place. And so it's really an invitation for you to be thinking about what's underneath that. The bonus for you is that once you do figure that out, it's going to be moving so much quicker because you're no longer going to have those things block you. You're no longer going to be in that place where you're trying to figure it out because things will make a whole lot of sense. And a lot of times you will be able to do things so much easier because you won't have the story that's attached to it. So a lot of times we have a thing that we need to do and we have a story that's attached to it or an emotion. And so we get caught up in this rather than just doing the thing. And so if you're starting to get these questions, you will find out that you will be able to move through a lot of that. Yes, you can have those emotions and those feelings, and I'm going to do the thing anyways. And so the invitation for you is to think about, to sit with, to hear, to listen, to feel about what's really going on for you and what's underneath all of that. Because the thing that is blocking you up, I can pretty much guarantee that it's not difficult things. It's not big things. They are a culmination of a lot of small things which seem to have compounded. But if we get underneath them, you'll find that there's not a whole lot under there. And then your movement will be so much easier and so much quicker because you'll be able to just fly through them. But this is where we need to start. This is where we need to start. Where am I right now? What is going on for me right now? What is the thing that I love to do? What are the things that I do with ease? What is it that gives me so much joy? What is the thing that I'm really good at that brings me money? What is the thing that I just love to do? What is the thing that I do that impacts people? What are the things that I don't like to do? What are the things that I'm not good at doing? Where are the areas in my world that I'm not doing so good? What is the things that are not going the way that I want them to? Where do I want to be in 12 months' time? Where would I like to be? What is the thing that I can do every day from where I am to where I want to be? What's one small thing that I can do? Just one. Take a small step. Little hinges swing big doors. It's the tiny steps. It's the one glass of water. It's the one salad instead of pizza every single day. It's the one, what's the one thing I can do? The one email, the one phone call. What is the one thing that you can be doing? Start there. Start to think about what's alive for me. What do I need to focus on? That's going to be the thing for you because we can, once we have those in place, then we can move forward. But until we have those, we can't move anywhere because we need to have a foundation and a grounding, which is going to help get us to that next place. So that's the thing that I want you to focus on. It's not going to take you a long time. My invitation to you is to spend probably over the space of a week writing it down and then coming back to it, leaving it for a day, coming back to it. That's why I said to you when you're having your morning coffee, sitting down, thinking about it, writing, having a look at it, and then coming back to it the next day, and then coming back to it the next day. By the end of the week, you will have had 5 days to sit down and have a look at it and really bring it out. And I think that you'll find that that will be so much more impactful for you, because it's not just a one and done on the first day. You've given yourself that space and that grace to be able to allow those things to rise, and also to be able to go, is that right? Am I feeling that that's the thing? Or is it like, it's not really a thing? And again, there's no wrong answer. It's perfect, whatever it is. There's no wrong answer. It's simply about you taking that time and that space to be able to allow that. So I'm super excited for you. Please make sure that you let me know. This is the first of several other videos which I will put up for you, but this is your starting point. So I want you to spend the time to do that and reach out to me and let me know how it goes for you, because I'm super excited for you.